Today we are in Lagos, Nigeria, in one of the biggest, one of the best local governments in the whole of Nigeria. Yeah, you heard me right. That is Ifako Ijaiye local government. And today we'll be talking to one of the youngest and one of the brightest local government chairmen in Nigeria. His name is Prince Usman Akanbi Hamzat. Come with me. It is Solomon's Diary. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to Solomon's Diary. A lot of people have clamored to have youth in the helm of affairs in our political space. And I'm so very happy to announce to you that yes, it is happening in Nigeria. A lot of you want change, and we have that proper change right now. So sitting with me is the vibrant Prince Usman Akanbi Hamzat. Pleased to meet you, sir.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You are welcome to Solomon's Diary.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here today.
Okay, right. Can we meet you, sir?
Well, my name is Prince Usman Akanbi Hamzat, the Executive Chairman of Ifako Ijaiye local government, Lagos State, Nigeria.
Okay, all right. What was growing up like for you, sir?
Well, growing up was superb because I have a father who had parents who were very superb. My first early days of my school was in a public school at Mushin Alaba Primary School, and from there, the military truncated the administration, so they were to start their second term when the military took over. My father then was arrested and was detained for 18 months by the then military administrator, who is now the president of Nigeria today. So that's a good one. So living there, we moved to Ogba here, and I had to finish my primary school at Ifako International School. My father being someone who loved public things, he suggested that I go to a public school, my secondary school in a public school. I was against it though, but I never knew I was trying to avoid a good thing in my life. So I had no choice, I had to agree. I went to Lagos State Menial College, Igbokuta. The school is in a remote area. A school where you stand in front of the gate and a vehicle will not pass the gate in front of the gate for 4 hours. So I was in, the name is Igbokuta. So we were inside the bush.
Inside the bush.
Okay. So after that, I have my first degree in geology. I have another degree in business administration. Then further on to masters in business administration, human resource major, and to the glory of God, I'm also doing my PhD now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, with series of professional qualifications, I have CCNA, CCIE, and the rest of them like that. And I'm also a chartered professional administrator.
Okay, right. Which university did you attend?
Olabisi Onabanjo University. That's where I got my BS in geology and my BSc in business administration.
Oh, that's amazing. I also attended Olabisi Onabanjo University, where I did mass communications.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, that's lovely, sir. This now brings me to my question. You talked about your father being a public person, and a lot of people are of this opinion. I want to ask you your political journey, how you started your political journey up to this moment, because a lot of people might feel your elder brother, who is the deputy governor of Lagos State, is actually the one that facilitated you being a politician. Can you shed more light on that, sir?
Well, first and foremost, I was into politics before my brother came into politics. I was Senator Muslim Obanikoro's PA.
Okay.
In 1999.
Wow, 1999.
1999. That was when I started politics. So I was his PA. I was with him, and I was more like my dad's PA too. Then my father was the Southwest chairman of AD. You understand? My brother was in the US then. The deputy governor was in the US. So before the deputy governor became the deputy governor of Lagos State, I was the local government vice chairman.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
I've been in politics for long. So I have been in politics before my brother. I'm a grassrooter.
Yeah, that is why Solomon's Diary show is really amazing, where you get to hear from the people themselves, because a lot of people are saying on the streets that it is the influence of his elder brother and all that. Now you have heard from the chairman himself. All right, so how easy for you being into politics, you started 1999, being a PA and all that. Now, you are one of the youngest local government chairman in Nigeria, one of the biggest, one of the brightest local governments in Nigeria. Everywhere I go to, I'm always proud to say I'm from Ifako Ijaiye. Now, what are the process? Because we know that a lot of people, I've spent longer years here in Ifako Ijaiye, and I know so many people that ran for office and it wasn't successful. How were you able to, what are the styles, sir?
I wasn't using my father's influence. I was moving on my own. So there is no way I would not use the influence because the name is there. When you get to anywhere, people say, "Oh, well, that's that," and that is good for me. But I didn't say because I'm the son of so person, I want to do this. I did all I'm supposed to do, meet leaders, went for all the consultations I need to do, and again, when I wanted to start this journey, we had our promise in the local government. And I can tell you, you can go and do your investigation. The freest primaries in Lagos State was that of my local government. We had our primaries, it was free, it was fair, it was violence free. So it was because I did what I'm supposed to do and God supported me. And I met leaders and they were happy to support me. With the support of the leaders, with my prayers answered by God, and the support of the leaders, I got it. So it wasn't easy though, because you can't get everything easy, So, but the fact still remains that with God on my side and with support of the people in the local government.
Yeah, I can attest to the fact that the primary was free, fair, credible, because I was on ground too, and I interviewed some people. Gone are the days when you would come for primaries like that, you would start checking your time, that man, I need to leave as early as possible because of violence and all that. Now, you are almost 1 year in office, and I remember vividly that you're 100 days in office, when I was reading the book as regards the things that you have done for the people, I was really impressed because, we've been keeping track record of the people that have been local government chairmen, not just in the Ifako Ijaiye, but everywhere. And what you were able to do in 100 days was really amazing, because what you did for the market men and women, what you did for the youth, what you did for the artisans, so many people. How were you able to achieve that in 100 days? And what are the things that you have also achieved, looking at 1 year in perspective?
Well, the fact is, it is always good when you plan before you get to anywhere. My plan has always been that if I become the chairman, this is what I'm going to do. If I'm unable to get that post, this is what I'm going to do. And I have seasoned strategists. I have a group of young chap guys that are very good. They are my think tank. So they sit down and look at what we need to do. So before the elections at all, we've been planning. We've been having sleepless nights. So it's just a matter of putting the right peg in the right hole. You understand? I think that is just what has been. And we also look at it from this angle that any thriving economy, the government cannot do 10% of what should be done in that economy. Go around the world and see, the government cannot employ 40% of the workforce of any economy. You understand? So you need to partner with private sectors, private entities to make sure you get things done. So what we've been doing is calling on those that really want to do their CSRs. You understand? So we call on them. Exactly. So we call on them, we meet them, and they're always happy to do it for us. So that is just it. It's just like, okay, we've been planning something. So when we had the opportunity to just plug into what we've been planning, it was that easy for us. And that is what we've been doing. For our 100 days in office, well, everything we did has been planned. And for our 1 year in office too, well, don't let me say what we've been doing now, but the records are there. I'm this type that I believe I don't need to popularize everything I'm doing. What I'm doing will talk for us. Yeah. And that is what has been happening. Understand? The fact is I'm not using my money. So I'm always happy using their money to get things done for them.
Things done.
You understand? So that is just it. When you have the passion to make sure people are happy, definitely you have problem getting things done. So for 100 years now, we've constructed a whole lot of roads, we've rehabilitated schools, a whole lot of things. And we've invested in human capacity development.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is what I want to ask now, because as a young boy growing in this local government, I saw a lot of local talent, especially our footballers. Yeah. And a lot of them that had talent back then as lovely footballers. Now, most of them are doing laundry work. Most of them are working in offices. Those ones are fortunate to go to school, which is a little percentage of the number of guys that were playing football that I really know. Some of them are cobblers now. And these are people that in developed countries where, you know, when they notice that this one knows how to play football, he will be in that line till he becomes a professional footballer. What are you doing to resuscitate sports in Ifako Ijaiye? Then looking at vocational trainings, because we know it is not everybody that can do sports.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so it's not everybody that can go to school.
So sure. In terms of vocational trainings, what are your plans then, sports and recreation?
Well, if you look at in the last, I think, was it last week, we still have partnered with a body that graduated well over, I think, 200 youths. Some in catering, and some in shoemaking, some in photography, and some in hairdressing and all that. And they were given the full kits, everything they need to start their business is what they were given. So that is to tell you, when it comes to vocational training, we are there. We have well over 200 youths that are now fish farmers. They are fish farmers. And with that, they are actually putting food on their tables. We have some of them that are employers of laborers now. At least they've employed 1 or 2 people in the local government. A whole lot of them like that. That one will reduce unemployment. It will reduce crime in the community, because an idle hand is the devil's workshop.
Most definitely.
So for sports, if you look, we campaign that we have a stadium in the local government that is not in a proper shape. And we told them we are going to talk to the state government to start fixing it. If you go there now, they are already fixing that stadium.
Yes,
and we also partnered with a body, Bed King. And they'll be building a 5-a-side pitch for us. We've done the ground-breaking ceremony where we have a lawn tennis court. We have, as I talk to you, the local government just produced a World Boxing Federation champion. World, not state.
World.
Yes, a female. Though the bantamweight, a female, she won the World Boxing Federation in the UK. So we have a lot of them. We have some boxers too. I have a small boy now, I think a boy of 9, 10 years old, that is into boxing too. Now, at least we know in like a month or 2, he will be traveling abroad with the lady that wants to go and fight boxing, just to go and show his talent and all that. So our belief is this: what we've not been getting right, we want to start getting right in our local government. When you are good in a particular field, we want to encourage you, and we want to do everything possible to make sure that you succeed in that field. Very soon we'll be starting a table tennis competition.
Okay, that's great.
We'll be starting a table tennis competition in the local government very soon, where I'll also be playing, because I'm also a table tennis player too.
Really?
So
I'd love to play against you.
Well, you might win me. but at least we did our boxing competition here.
Okay.
We've done football competition, a whole lot of competitions like that we're looking at. But our intention is we want to partner with bodies that can also help us develop those talents. Okay. The local government cannot do everything. The fact is, if our allocation and our revenue is put together for 4 years, and we all just want to invest them on road construction alone, we can construct 100 roads and streets. And we have well over 600 streets in the local government. The federal government doesn't have any road in my local government. The state has, I think, just 4 or 5 local government roads in the local government. So the remaining 600 and something is for the local government. It's our responsibility. Okay. So if we put all the money from our allocation, our revenue generation on road construction alone, we can't construct 100 roads.
Okay, all right. I'm a lover of sports. That is why I'm still going to talk about sports now, because I've met quite a lot of people, especially private club owners in Nigeria. What they do is partnership with some clubs in Europe where they develop local talents here and they take them abroad, and those people are making great cash. And can the local government also have programs like that where you partner? Because I know of a state in Nigeria, Abia, when the Abia state governor went to Real Madrid with his team, they signed a deal with Real Madrid. So can you do something like that? Because aside from generating money internally in Ifako Ijaiye, as well as getting from the state government, this would also bring in huge revenue, because football, for instance, is huge sport right now.
Well, yeah. We signed an agreement, an MOU with a body, Mid Sports, and what they do majorly is they take talents abroad. They have partnership with Real Madrid, I think Man U, I think like 4 big teams, and presently we're having a competition in the local government where these talents will be showcased to these clubs and all that. At my last vacation, I also went to some club, I will mention them, in the UK, where I spoke with them and I showed them some videos of our good players in the local government, and we are actually talking now. But until we finalize the deal, that is when I can say I've succeeded in doing it. So that is what I'm doing. I don't want to limit it to the local government. I want a situation where after my 4 years in office, we can say through the local government, we've been able to make nothing less than 50 millionaires from sports. And I can tell you, if we do that, it will be injected into the local government. You understand? So from football, from table tennis, from lawn tennis, from boxing, a lot of it like that. So we are doing that presently as I talk to you. I
really appreciate you, because all the time I think about the youth of Ifako Ijaiye.
I'm a youth, though. At times I sit down and I look at it from another angle, that the youth, and we need to always say this, are we also ready to change the narratives? And the fact is no. Majority of us are always on social medias and we don't do the right thing. There was this campaign sometimes ago that our youth are not involved in politics and all that. And I sit down and I look at it that, is that correct? That's wrong. When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the governor of Lagos State, he appointed a 32-year-old as a commissioner in Lagos State. How old was Fashola when he became the governor of Lagos State? How old was Saraki when he became the governor of Kwara State? How old was Dino Melaye when he became a member of the Federal House of Rep? How old was the likes of Yakubu Dogara and all that? They were youths. As I talk to you in Lagos State, I have a local government chairman that is just 32 years of age. She's a female. And I have a local government chairman that is below the age of 35 too, in Lagos State. So, but the fact is, are we also ready to be involved? The Commissioner for Finance in Lagos State, I think, should be just 39 now. It's not up to 40 years of age now.
And even the Commissioner for Agriculture.
The Commissioner for Energy too. The MD Loma is just 41 or 42 years of age. He attained that position at the age of 39, 38. So youths have always been involved. But the fact is, we ourselves, are we also ready to take the bull by the horn? Asiwaju always said this thing, that what's it called? Power is not serve a la carte. You grab it.
Just grab it.
You understand? So when we sit down and we relax and we are not involved, they don't carry us along and all that, will they come and call us at home?
At home.
No. No. When Senator Muslim Abanikoro became the chairman of a local government, he knew nobody. How old was he then? 20-something years of age. And he started the movement. So I think youth involvement in politics, I'm sorry I'm deviating a bit, but youth involvement in politics is key. But the fact is, youth, are we ready to be part of that? We are not. What we do is, we want to post on fake news, we want to post on social media, we want them to know what we've been doing and all that. We can't just leave it for us. We also need to be involved actively. Not just going on social media and just listening to fake news and reposting it and all that.
I really appreciate you, and you're right about that because I started an NGO in 2011 called Training Youth Initiative, and the motive is to give back to the people of Ifako Ijaiye because I discovered that the people that we grew up with, most of them were not fortunate enough to go to higher institution, and most of them are street urchins now. A lot of them do not even know where their next meal would come from. So we started training these people. A few of them showed interest, despite the fact that the trainings were basically free. Cinematography, photography, bead making, and the rest, you know. Not until when people from other local governments started, you know, coming to get trained, and I would also chip in this, would like to partner with you because there are so many things we would want to do for our youth, especially in Ifako Ijaiye. And like you rightly said, there is this synergy that should be between the government and the private sector. So when the time comes, we would talk about that.
Now, we'll gladly accept that because that's what we want for the local government.
Yeah, like you said, you know, a lot of our youth, they need role model. They need these positive figures in their life, and a lot of them, like you said, we can't go pick them from their houses. You need to show that readiness, which is why during election you see some of our youth playing football on the streets, which is not supposed to be. We need to get involved because when we complain about the people that are there as being old, what are we doing to get into that system and effect the change that we've been clamoring for? You are still watching Solomon's Diary. We'll be back after this break. Stay with us. What advice do you have for the youth, sir?
Well, my first advice to the youth is that, one, we should get ourselves together and know what we want. That's very key. It is when you know what you want that you can actually plan on what you want. Secondly, we should be actively involved in politics. If not actively involved in politics, at least we should be part of those that will bring into power those that will determine our fate. But it's actually the government that determines everything for us in this country. They are the one that give us our birth certificate, issue our school certificate, even death certificate, marriage certificates. So people that are going to do all that for us, we should also be involved in making sure we get the right people to do it for us. You know, people say politics is dirty. For me, I don't believe politics is dirty. I believe politics is clean, depending on those involved in that politics, those that play that politics. It is those that play that are dirty. So when we allow the dirty people to continue to play it, definitely they will be the one ruling us. Understand? So, thirdly, is that youths, we are the peddlers of fake news. It cost us a lot in Lagos State during the NSAS saga, you know, fake news everywhere, and so a lot of things happened. And the fact is, when they burnt the BRTs, I was telling someone, I can't remember when my child entered the BRT. Because it doesn't go to Ireland. His school is here. Maybe when he grows up, he will do that. But I don't have any business on the island. It's from my home to my office here. But a lot of people that will use that BRT, they are suffering today.
Yes. And most of them are taxpayers.
And they are taxpayers. So some youth will just peddle fake news and to aggravate a whole lot of things. And, you know, so it is important. Lastly, well, those that actually perpetrate violence and all that are youths. We should try as much as possible to be instruments of good things, not instruments to destructions and all that. Because we are still very agile and we have the power, we can jump everywhere. So a lot of things are being, they use us for a lot of evil things, bad things and all that. But now, we need to call ourselves together and understand that if at any point in time we are being used to destroy things, those things will surely affect us. We are trying. We can't get it all. But at least we want a situation where after our tenure in office, we'll be able to walk with our heads high. I stay in the local government. I reside within my people. And I go around in Okadas. I go around at times. I will take a tricycle. You know, I still want to do that when I leave office. So that at least when I take a public transport and they recognize me, they won't collect money from me. So I want that to still happen when I leave office. Yes. That, chairman. It was, so that's what I want. One station where people will tell me, we want you to do another thing. So that's...
I really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for...
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, for coming on Solomon's Diary. We really appreciate you and all of the things that you have done for the people. We hope that you continue to do more for them. We are proud of you.
Thank you.
And yes, we would portray your work to everybody out there, not just Ifako Ijaiye, not just Lagos, not just Nigeria, Africa, and the world. All right, this is Solomon's Diary. I really appreciate you people for always joining our show. For those of you who have not subscribed, you can still do that. Share and let people watch. God bless you. I'm Oladimeji Peter Solomon. Thank you.